SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports talk show, is on deck from the Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles. The three wise guys are mic'd up and ready. SoundOff begins now.
Well, we're down to our final four teams in the college football playoffs. Final 14 teams in the NFL playoffs, if you're counting there. Good evening. Glad to have you aboard. We are SoundOff, coming in from Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe
Glad to be here.
Lake Charles. Guidry, Hobbs, and
Always.
Cerro. I thought we were the three wise guys. Apparently, we're the three amigos now.
I'm
According
okay with
to Lanyard Magazine.
That's a good-looking picture.
Is this
right there,
self-promotion or what?
man. It is. I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it, right?
I'm okay with it.
I mean,
I am.
sure.
It is
That's
what
nice.
it is.
I mean,
We want to thank Lanyard Magazine.
kudos
On
to
your
Lanyard for that,
newsstands now,
Wow.
they did a nice cover story for helping us celebrate our 30th broadcast
pretty nice,
anniversary.
man.
we only broke 2 cameras on that cover photo shoot, but
If they could have seen what went into that shot.
Something that should have taken all of about 5 minutes,
I had no idea.
clearly
how,
over an hour, because of you and your hair
The makeup,
and your
Scooter with the
shirt.
makeup,
Oh,
Scooter
my
with the
hair's
makeup.
like I care
Scooter
about
with
my
the
damn
makeup.
hair.
It took forever, man.
But I
Really.
always thought, what could be easier than being a male model?
Yeah,
fashion
taking
model?
pictures in a studio.
It took an hour and a half.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. They call us the three
that.
amigos. We
Wow,
call ourselves
I
the
love
three
it.
wise guys.
I
Anyway,
love it, man.
Jim Gazzola, many thanks for a great write-up.
did a great job.
Amigos.
Great context.
You did a
That's
great
Spanish for friends, isn't it?
Yes, that would
Yes.
be right.
Yeah.
None of
Friends?
us-
I don't think so.
See,
30
the-
years?
The
30 years?
curmudgeon,
Come on
the
now.
curmudgeon in the middle.
30 years? Wow.
Gazzola did a great job. He missed one key stat, though. Here it is.
Wait a
Every
minute.
show, you can, odds are, strong odds, Vegas odds, Hobbs will either snort, pick his nose, scratch his groin, or take a call. Every show, odds are, that's what's going to. Now, Gazzola left that out of the whole piece.
Hello?
There you go. That's what we deal with. All right,
30
we have
years.
wasted way too
Wow.
much time on this.
30
all right,
years,
full
guys.
show. We got Black Monday, NFL coaching
Special.
firings left and right. The McNeese
Oh, they are.
Cowboys, football, they got a new FBS transfer quarterback. We'll tell you who that is and where he's coming from.
Yes.
Cowboy basketball, and a whole lot more. Let's get going with a CFP 1 semifinal. We're going to preview Notre Dame and Penn State. We'll wait till Thursday sound
Yeah.
off on CBS Lake Charles to do the Friday night game, which is a big one, Texas
It is.
and Ohio State.
It
All right,
is.
let's get going on the Irish and the Nittany Lions. I'm surprised but not shocked that Penn State got
I am.
beat up Georgia. I'm not shocked because I thought the Irish were
Notre
for real.
Dame beat Georgia.
I'm sorry, Notre Dame.
Yeah,
I said
Notre
Penn
Dame.
State. Notre
Well,
Dame.
they got some breaks, let's be honest. But
did.
give them credit. They made those
They made the
breaks.
breaks. Special
and
teams,
Georgia
special
made
teams.
some big-time mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, I think
But-
Carson Beck, the veteran QB, if
You
he
take
was in
advantage
there,
of that
maybe a
situation.
different dog team.
Yeah,
Maybe, Rick,
well, let's just say they missed him.
They knew what they had to go do, and they went at him, Rick. They went at him.
They did.
And he made mistakes, which that's what you do to a young guy that hadn't played many reps.
I'm starting to really, really like Marcus Freeman. Did you see the punt? He takes the entire punt team off,
yeah.
puts the offense back on. Georgia's going crazy. They
Yeah.
jump off
Georgia
sides.
made a mistake.
Yeah.
They should have called time.
They
out.
should have
should've.
called a timeout.
They
That
should've.
is
They should
uncharacteristic
have
of
called
Kirby Smart.
They
timeout.
I
should've.
love plays like that.
They
I
should've.
love it.
And that's what coaches sit around in
That's
meetings,
exactly.
scatter shooting.
Yeah.
What
But
if
you're right,
we
though.
did this?
Exactly
I
right.
don't remember ever seeing that, but in reading about that play, apparently it's not totally new.
No.
You know,
no,
it's
no.
it's in.
I
the
don't
back
care.
of
I don't care.
I'm
It
with
caused-
you.
I thought it was cool.
I didn't think I'd ever seen
It
it. but-
throws a Georgia
Oh, yeah.
team a little off kilter, doesn't it,
does.
Kevin?
Yeah, it does.
And it worked. They
A lot
jumped.
of
They got the
things
first
that
Yeah,
down.
it does. Yeah, it does.
They got the
It
first.
does.
All right. So
Kudos
Penn
to him,
State,
man.
they're going up against Penn State. Look, Penn State had the easiest road here, right?
They did.
Who was it? SMU and then Boise.
Yeah.
Now look, you play who you're set up to play.
Yeah, well,
And you
that's
do.
a whole nother narrative that we need to
Matchup-wise.
get in, and I guarantee you
We
next year the seating will be
They
adjusted.
won't-
I think
yeah,
Thursday's
they won't-
show
they
we'll
won't
probably
make that
we'll
mistake
probably
again.
talk
I'm with
about
you on
that.
Scooter.
Kevin, you saw the games. I think it's a mirror. I think they're kind of a mirror. I think both teams, Notre Dame, Penn State, solid on quarterback. good running game, solid on defense, nothing spectacular.
No.
Well, then think.
I'm interested in the man. I'm
Just
interested
be
in the man.
efficient, Rick. He says I talk too much. Rick, if you look at the team
it's
that
right
made
here in the
least-
magazine. That would be lying
If
out
you
magazine.
look at the team that made the least amount of mistakes, going to come away with the W. That's kind of what it's going to be. But when you find teams that are that close together, Rick, you want to hold everything right here, Rick. You want to hold it right here, man.
But then think
And I
about
think-
historically, Penn State and Notre Dame. You know, what do they do? You know, they do everything but wear high top football shoes.
Yeah.
You know, and
They don't
just
do
grind,
nothing
you
fancy.
know,
They don't do nothing fancy.
grind
Neither
it
teams.
out.
They don't do anything fancy,
Notre
Rick.
Dame over the last 10 years, they've gotten some speed.
Oh, they've changed.
Yeah,
Oh,
They've
well,
gotten
that's
some
true.
speed,
Rick,
gentlemen.
and I mean, they saw how it was changing, Rick, so they had to go and say, back when I played, Rick, all they did was ground and pound.
Right.
That was it, man.
Not anymore.
That was it. But now they see the system has changed, Rick, and if you don't change to the system, just like Nick Saban said, I can't keep this same type of offense. I got to change.
Yeah.
I have to
Speaking of
change.
coaching, James Franklin's record against AP top 10, it's horrendous. He's like 3-19.
He's
How much do
struggling.
you weigh into that?
None. Rick.
I have a
None.
tendency to weigh some
I
more
don't.
than you do.
I don't, Rick. No, I don't. Rick,
I mean,
let me tell you
he's
something.
in the semifinals.
The way things have played out
No,
now,
it's-
I don't know, Rick. I wouldn't put anything.
I know he
in there.
can't beat Ohio State.
That's right.
That has been his.
3-19, Scooter, over a long span at Penn
Yeah.
State. I mean, big games, his
But-
teams have fallen way short.
But don't you think that his guys know that too when they're out
Boy,
there
I
playing?
hope
Rick?
they do.
So it's
hope they do.
It's where I think that's an incentive for me to even play harder, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
To me.
How
play harder.
is that though? That Penn State and Notre Dame and all this talk about, you know, now we can have playoff games below zero.
Yeah.
You get Penn State, Notre Dame is a world class
Yeah.
winter storm
Ice
comes,
Bowl.
but they're going to play in Miami.
And Miami
Yeah.
in the Orange Bowl. You got it there. The venue will be perfect
That
for
is
them.
funny.
All right. I think off camera we brought this up. People are going to look at the LSU people who are like always chipping away at Brian Kelly's knees. That would be Kevin Guidry on that side.
Wait.
Brian
Wait,
Kelly
look.
went to the SEC for a shot at winning a national championship. Marcus Freeman, in 3 years, he's in the semifinals.
I could
One
care
win away
less.
for playing for
well,
the Natty.
Kelly was in.
Can I set the record
Kelly
straight?
was
Wait,
in
the man
the
wants to set the
semifinals.
record
Let
straight.
me
I know
set
what you're
the
going to
record
say.
straight.
But I'm
Go ahead, Scooter. But I'm gonna set the record straight.
What?
I could care less about Marcus Freeman.
What?
There is something at LSU that we have that's called standards. And he has not met our standards. I
You're
don't
talking
care
about
what-
Brian
I'm
Kelly.
talking about Brian Kelly. I don't care what Marcus Freeman is doing. I can care less. I'm talking about people in BR.
And only in
We're upset
all right.
because we
make,
haven't met
make
our
your case
standards.
on Kelly.
That's my
no,
point.
Make your case for
they're
Kelly.
saying,
That's my
well,
problem.
you know, he left there and all Freeman's doing what he couldn't do that.
I could care less
Well,
what Freeman's
Kelly,
doing.
I wish I could have looked this up. I'm going to look it up during our break. Kelly made the semifinals, what, 3 times?
He did. Yeah.
I
Or
could care less
in the
about that.
finals once, I guess, in the old BCS.
You look it up,
I
newspaper
could
boy, but he
care
got
less.
waxed pretty
Rick,
bad every
yes,
time.
I'm
Well-
winning a national championship in Baton Rouge.
All
That's
right,
what I'm
standards. We're up against the break.
How
Our
many
belly's
did
back.
you win?
We got to go to break.
How many did you win?
We're coming back
Anyway.
to Caesar Sportsbook. Stay right there.
And it's good. The Miller Lights win the big game.
You're right, Luke. Miller Lite is less filling and tastes great.
Wait, is this a dream?
No, Luke. This is a Miller Lite commercial.
Coors Banquet, the same brewing tradition since 1873. When you're the favorite beer of rock stars and cowboys, you don't compromise. That's our legacy. What do you want to go down in history for? Start your legacy. Coors Banquet.
What's bugging you? Is it roaches? They're the first pest you think of for indoor bugs and a health threat. At J&J, we offer weapons to eliminate and prevent infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
We're back, round 2 of SoundOff coming in from Caesar Sports. Oh, you're going to do self-promo. Oh, in front of his face of all
I'm
things.
okay with that.
Show some respect.
I'm
Holy
okay
smokes.
with that.
Hey, before we get into it, I want to remind you, great food, good times, and
Yes.
great live music, all very close to Caesar Sportsbook. It's called Bruce Brothers here at Horseshoe Lake Charles. Music almost every weekend, if not every weekend. This Friday night is Jarvis Jacobs starting at 9, going all the way to midnight. And then Saturday night, the Joey
keep entertainment
Ward Band on stage
They
at
keep
Bruce
it.
Brothers. You can rock and roll, you can dance, you
Good
can eat, you can
entertainment,
drink.
man.
It's all at Brews Brothers right here at Horseshoe Lake Charles. Check them out. All right, before we venture back into Black Monday and the whole NFL coaching carousel and that whole thing, the Saints coaching search, let's talk a little bit football rosters. We touched on it, but didn't spend enough time last week. Harold Perkins Jr. coming back to LSU. The injury, ACL, decides, he's a star in waiting. I don't think he's a, quote, star college football player yet. He had a great freshman year. But he had a great freshman year.
I debate that, Rick.
I don't think he's a star yet.
I don't know about that, Rick.
It's
A down year,
LSU
Kevin,
has-
and then a year that he was still going south, and then he got hurt.
LSU has got to figure out what to do with him.
Damn right.
And see,
Just
Rick, this,
make him, and I think next year he will just be an outside linebacker.
that's it.
Okay, all right.
I mean, come on, y'all. The kid's a superstar. I totally disagree.
I agree with
He
with
might
what
be.
you're saying, Rick.
I think
Rick,
he's one in waiting.
LSU has done this to this kid because they wanted to try to make him a Devin White. He's not a Devin White.
No,
he's
he's
an
not.
edge rusher.
By the way,
let him wreak havoc on that end, and that's it. Let him do that.
Devin White at the bowl game in
Did you?
Houston. Talk to him.
Did you?
Yeah.
My point
let him do
on
that.
Harold Perkins
Let him do
Jr.,
that.
big for LSU's defense. He comes back, gets the knee right, hopefully. And then consider this spring, Whit Weeks cannot be ready by spring with that dislocated ankle.
It, was,
All right.
it turns
Neither
out, it
Perkins
turns out
either.
it was a broken tibia.
Oh, was it? Okay. All right. Well,
And they say he'll be back
For
for the
spring?
spring. Yeah,
oh, my
I
God.
wouldn't rush that.
I
Miracles
wouldn't
aside.
rush him. And
Miracles.
if he
All right.
does, he'll play
wouldn't
with a
rush
red
Look,
jersey.
we all know in this today, college football, oh, my God. You're at LSU, you're at McNeese, you got to stand at the door of the field house because you never know who's coming and going, right? It's college football. All right, so right now, McNeese running back Joshawn Barbie. Remember?
Yeah.
I'm coming back to the Cowboys. Over the holidays, one day later, I got a better offer from Marshall. I don't blame the kid for going FBS.
Man. It happens.
So Barbie's
See,
out.
If he wants to play in the bowl game, Marshall may opt out.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
You never, they did
Yeah,
that.
like
All right,
they
so,
did
this year.
so he got
Couldn't have
interest. He got interest from Sunbelt Marshall, so he's gone.
Yeah.
All right. All-America linebacker Micah Davey. Now UNLV is in the running.
Yeah.
They apparently Dan Mullen, who used to be at Florida and Mississippi State, made an offer.
Yeah.
The last word with Aaron Ingram, the chief of staff with McNeese, waiting. Still no answer. The guy's making more visits. He can do whatever he wants to do. Davey, I'm talking about. All right, so there you go. All right, they got a quarterback.
They do, from what I hear, Rick.
Texas
they do.
Tech, FBS, transfer quarterback, young fella by the name of Jake Strong. How about that for a quarterback name? We go from a six killer
Yeah.
to Strong. 6'2", 200.
It's a big kid. It's a big
Red
kid.
shirt.
Yeah.
He's got 3 years of eligibility, Mr.
He
Hobbs.
was a three-star coming out of high school.
Out of high school,
Yeah.
People that keep track of that kind
Yep.
of thing. And three-star is pretty good for McNeese to get. I will say
Texas
that.
Tech signee. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
He's
The
got to
Clips-
be the offense. He's got to be the offense, Rick.
Well, if
and
let's
Viator-
not get ahead of
Viator- but
ourselves.
Don't know anything about
Viator
him.
has to know that if you're going to bring this kid in, we got to do or be what he does
And
best. What
he got
does
into
best.
some. He got into like 3 games
Okay.
with the Red Raiders.
Yeah.
Got
What
him
he
some
does
numbers,
best.
nothing spectacular.
So-
Okay. In high school, I saw the clips. Great deep
Figure out
ball
what
as
he
a high
does.
schooler.
Figure out what he
50,
does
60
best.
yards. He's got a deep ball. He can spin it downfield,
Figure
and he
out what
can
he
run a
does
little
best.
bit. He had 1,000 yards rushing in high school, so he can move. He's got some mobility.
Yeah.
So there you have it. They wanted to get an experienced guy
They
with
do.
some skill in
And-
time for spring.
I
In
think-
time for spring,
I
get
think
him
we're going to see a
indoctrinated.
whole totally different offense coming out of McNeese now with Matt being there. Matt's going to play to the abilities of what the kids he's got there.
Well,
I'm
he's
telling
not
you,
gonna
that's way
call
Matt's
the
always
offense
been.
something and it
That's the
never
way Matt's
developed,
always
that's
been.
for sure.
I'm not going to play an off offense that I don't have the personnel to play it.
Right.
He's not going to do that.
All right, a couple of other FBS signings. Defensive lineman Keenan Landry from Jennings from Kent State. He spent a little time at Florida. The Cowboys picked him up over the weekend when they had all these guys.
Yeah.
Ryan Robinson, he's a cornerback, New Orleans guy.
Yeah.
Spent some time at LSU. He's coming in from
Yeah.
Iowa State. So, big need, right? D-line
That
and
is.
cornerback.
That is.
So,
That
again,
is.
there's progress. Not a flood of
No.
numbers,
No.
but cherry picking a little bit. All right, Black Monday. All right, so Tuesday night, Monday only
It's
as
time.
of
You
late
gotta go,
Monday
you gotta go.
afternoon.
You got to go, you got to
The
go.
Jags didn't shock anybody by cutting and
No.
canning Doug Peterson. Sunday night, after the New England's last game, they fired Gerard Mayo after 1 year.
For 1 year.
He got
man.
screwed. I mean, he got
did,
screwed.
Rick. Come on now.
1
year.
year.
Dude. Come on now.
With that roster
And
that
New England-
Belichick left him,
But
that's
but
right.
New England knew that when they hired the kid.
No.
You got to know that.
Kid.
Look,
you
when
call
you
anybody a kid. Guy's a
when you take somebody
head
in, Rick,
coach.
and interview him and do all that, Rick,
No.
you've got to know that you're going to make plans to have this person at least 2 or 3 years to say you're going to hire him as a head coach.
Clearly,
If you
Kraft
fire a
wants-
coach after 1
crazy.
year, you're admitting you
That
made
you were
a
wrong.
huge
Yeah,
that you were
mistake.
wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
Kraft, the owner, wants Mike Vrabel. He wants Vrabel back in house in New England, and they'll probably get him.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
It is. All right. So you get the Saints still out there. You know the openings: the Jets, the Bears, the Jaguars now,
The
and the
Saints would be
Patriots.
crazy if they don't get Aaron Glenn. They'll be crazy.
Let's spend a couple of seconds on this.
Period.
We don't have a whole lot of time. You guys are just throwing me under the bus on John Gruden. Why
No,
not?
Rick. No.
Why not?
No, Rick.
He's
Too
won a
much
Super
drama.
Bowl.
Too much drama.
There
Rick.
is
Leave
drama
it,
there.
Leave it where it's.
If Roger
Too much
Goodell will
drama,
get out of the
Rick.
way and let
No.
him, which I assume he can't block him,
I love.
why
Gruden.
not?
I love
guess
Chucky.
did he
Look.
serve some kind of penance?
I think so.
I love. Look,
Think
I
so?
love Chucky. He's not good for the locker room. I love Chucky. He's not good for the locker room, and you got to know what I
He
mean. when I
made
say
some dumb
He's not
comments
good for the locker room, Rick.
that were anti-gay and anti-women.
that. Stupid, Rick.
I
You
know
don't
it's
do that.
stupid.
You don't do that.
But he can
man.
build. He can build culture.
Rick.
He's won a Super Bowl, and he
Rick.
knows quarterbacks, Kevin.
Rick, you'll stop selling tickets. It's
I don't
already
think
bad
so.
enough.
I don't
it's
think
already
so.
Bad enough.
All
You'll
right.
stop selling tickets.
Another guy being reported, Matt Nagy. This
I
is
don't-
The Athletic now. You're the
I don't-
newspaper
I
guy.
don't-
The Athletic is very reputable reporting.
Yeah, athletic is.
Matt
That's
Nagy.
not just
No,
somebody in the
no.
basement.
Matt
Guys,
Nagy.
Aaron
could-
Glenn's going to be your next head coach. for the New
Really?
Orleans
Are
Saints.
you stating that right now?
I've said it before.
If they can
Didn't
get
I say
him,
Nuss?
if they
I'm
can
not
get
Did I
convinced.
not
him,
say Nuss was coming back? And that's going to be the trick, Scooter.
if
they
they
can
can get him, go.
That's
I'm
that's
all
the trick.
for it.
Because let me tell you something. If he brings Detroit to the Super Bowl, it's done.
I
It's
don't think
done.
so. I don't think so.
Well,
Loomis,
even if not, Rick, look what they've done. Look what
again,
they've done,
I
Rick.
put it in my column for Tuesday. That was pretty good audition Sunday
Yes,
night.
it
Oh, yeah.
was.
When he
Yes,
had
it
an
was.
injury-depleted
Yes, it was.
defense
Oh, huge.
and
Yes,
shut
it
down
was.
the damn Vikings.
Shut him
yeah,
down.
I'll give you
Shut
that.
him down.
I'll give you that. Liam Cohen, the Bucks OC, is getting some attention now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Put some weight in
Well,
that.
well, I'm telling you what the Saints need.
Bring in John Gruden. Let's talk to the man. Let's talk to the man. We're up against the clock. Where's my bell?
Rick always.
We gotta go.
be
We're
difficult,
coming right
man.
back.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
And it's good. The Miller Lights win the big game.
You're right, Luke. Miller Lite is less filling.
And tastes great.
Wait, is this a dream?
No, Luke. This is a Miller Lite commercial.
All right, you know the holidays are over, right? Christmas, New Year's, all that. But
Yes.
special events are coming. Valentine's Day, remember
Big
that?
time.
Valentine's
Don't
Day,
you
of course.
forget
You know, birthdays and anniversaries.
Forget it.
Think about the elite steakhouse here at Horseshoe Lake Charles.
Oh,
the best in the state. That would be Gordon Ramsay Steakhouse. It's
That
right
would be-
here.
that
Think
would be
about
a heck of
that
a
when you
night
got a
out,
special
man.
loved one, special event, special occasion. It's called Elevating Your Palate.
Yes.
Prime aged steaks and all the liking at Gordon Ramsay's Celebrity Chef
Wednesdays
Steakhouse.
we going.
We should all, the three of us should all get together and go and just sit down and visit and have a great
Thank
time.
you for that. I appreciate the invite.
We should do that. We should do that.
You're going to hold up the magazine
Scooter's-
again?
Scooter's gonna
One
take
more
the tab.
time.
Scooter's
Don't
gonna
put it
take
in
the
front of.
tab.
There you go. We're trying to sell magazines for Lanyard magazine. All right. The Saints
Great
tried to
article.
play spoiler. I don't know to mess up the Bucks, help the Falcons,
Nah.
screw up the
Nah.
Falcons, help the Bucks. I don't know. Give them credit.
That's
They
what
played
I wanna
hard.
Just,
They
well,
played
that's
hard.
what I want to give Rizzy credit for.
They played hard.
Pretty much ever since he took over, they have played their butts off.
They
I'll
have-
give them
they
that.
have, Scooter.
They still
Not
suck.
always real
no,
well.
No, they still
suck.
sucked in a lot of ways.
But it helps to have all NFL players, and they found a few picking through, the trash can of other teams'
I don't know.
castaways.
It still
Let
looks
me
like a
ask you a
JV
Scooter
team in a
question.
lot
No,
of ways.
I said they found a few.
Okay.
They hadn't found enough.
No.
Let me ask something to you and Scooter, Rick. That's been on my mind, and somebody have even said
Please
it to me
share.
a number of times.
Oh,
man.
I'm
They
opening
said,
your
"Kevin,"
mind.
They said, Kevin, answer me this. Is the Saints one of the worst NFL teams when it comes to players getting
You're always
injured?
getting the Saints helmet out of whack.
What
Well,
is
this
that?
year they were,
Do
for
they?
sure.
Is it something? Is
What?
it a curse in New Orleans to where
Well,
you
this
got
year-
more players that get hurt that play for the Saints, Rick?
No,
Well, this year it was, and this
I mean,
is
Yeah.
historical.
This not the first year.
no, it's not the
Oh,
first year.
well,
No, this not the first year, Scooter.
I don't know.
This year,
Let me ask you so. Let's
look
back
at the
up
Detroit
just a little
Lions. You said it.
But Rick,
The
it's not.
Detroit
it's not
Lions
almost
had
but
like
every year.
those are-
18
But
guys on
almost
Yeah,
every
IR.
but
year, Rick.
they're expected to get most of them back.
Yeah.
No, they're
for the
still out
playoffs.
for a while.
But
Okay.
let me ask you something. You're all about Aaron Glenn, okay? And I'm with you. If they can get Aaron Glenn, snatch it. Let's assume they can't. Would you give Rizzy a chance?
It's a tough one, Scooter.
We just said they played their butts
Damn.
off
But
for him.
Scooter, for some reason, he just.
No.
What?
And I have nothing against special team coaches. Nothing.
Who had ever? He's got more experience than Sean Payton had when he was hired by the Saints. He was an interim head coach. Payton.
Who?
Huh?
Sean Payton? Is that you're comparing Rizzy to Sean Payton's
I'm
resume?
talking about when Sean Payton was hired
no,
by the Saints.
the man was an offensive coordinator and worked under
Oh, Rick, I
the
know.
legend.
What's his name, Rick?
Bill Parcells.
Yeah,
no,
Bill Parcells.
no,
Not
But
at
he
Rizzy.
had never
No,
been a head
look.
coach.
No,
Okay.
no,
That's
but
all I'm saying.
But my
look,
thing is this, guys.
No,
When
no.
when you get into the locker room, the biggest thing is going to be your players. Do your players take him serious?
exactly right.
And
You've
I'm
got to
sorry,
have
I
a
don't mean to
man
say
that
that-
commands
Well,
the
why-
room.
In a
Wait a
degrading
minute.
way.
Command
they,
the room.
They
Do your
played
players-
for him. I
but-
mean, they
but
didn't play
Scooter-
good because they're not good.
But-
they played hard.
Yeah, but
It's so much more than
you've
just
got-
playing hard.
you've got to
I'm
have
not.
a
I'm not.
coach
I'm
that
not.
When you walk into the locker room, you players
I'm
gonna
not
be like,
endorsing him. I'm just saying, don't rule it out.
Oh, he'll get an interview out of
Yeah.
respect.
I like Rizzy. I mean, what he does as a special teams coach, by far the best.
All right, look.
Head coach.
No, we're back on the Saints
Ah.
coaching search. You dragged me back into it. Look, the bottom line is you got to have a guy who commands the room,
You do,
commands
Rick.
the locker room,
You do.
commands the building,
You do.
and commands that podium.
You do, Rick.
And the sideline.
You do.
You guys complain that Dennis Allen didn't command even the sideline, and I agree with you.
You
I
know what?
agree.
Like I
Rizzy
said,
is much more commanding than
What's
Dennis
the
Allen
argument
would
that
ever
we
hope
made?
to be.
What's the argument that we made, the three of us, when Sean Payton was head coach? Dennis Allen was the best defensive coordinator.
And
there
he's
was.
a good
The
DC.
best.
Fine, he
the
was.
best. But he's not a head coach.
No, he wasn't.
He's not a head coach.
John Gruden will command the locker room and the room. Brian Flores will command the locker room, the podium, and
I
the
don't
Brian
disagree with what
Flores
you're saying
is
about
another
Gruden.
Mike Tomlin,
Rick,
in my
I
opinion.
don't disagree with what you're saying. But Rick, he comes with too much baggage, man.
Gruden.
Too much baggage.
Not
man.
Flores.
No,
He had
Flores,
a little bit
no.
of an issue
Flores,
with,
no.
with
But Gruden,
Tua down in Miami.
He comes
but
with too much baggage.
I
right
don't
now.
think
You
so.
can't have
I'm
that.
sorry, I
Can't
don't
have
think
it.
so. I think, it's in the past. Give the guy a second chance.
I'm with
All
you,
right.
Rick.
The Buccaneers have won 4 straight NFC South Division
They have.
titles. That's
They have.
incredible to me. That's how
'Cause
bad
they're
the
not
Saints have
that
been.
good.
I know. Even with
Well,
Brady.
I mean,
Go
that
to that whole
tells you what's
division. That whole
there.
division's not
That's
good.
what I'm saying.
Oh, my
and
God.
everybody talk, and I
It's
also
not good.
disagree that the Saints need to blow the team up and start over.
No, I think
The
that's on
fact that-
Thursday's show.
The fact that the Bucks have won 4 in a row tells you that division is not that good.
Look, that is crazy.
Our boy, he's our boy, Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
4 and
You gotta-
8.
you gotta feel
wins
bad for
5
Joe,
straight.
man.
He's 9 and 8. He needs
gotta feel
help.
bad for
He
Joe.
gets Miami to lose. That's all he needs is for the Chiefs to beat the Broncos to a miraculous
Yeah.
entry in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he's sitting at home
Doesn't happen, Rick.
because your Chiefs decide
Rick-
to play their JV team. What did you say?
Yeah.
Out of what? For the game,
Look.
you play your starters? What?
Well,
Come
when
on,
the game
say it
matters-
for us, please.
Well, baseball
Don't
kind
do
of
it,
has
Scooter.
an
Don't do
unwritten
it.
rule.
Here's the unwritten rule.
Don't do it,
in that
Scooter.
situation where if your game matters, you don't throw, the last week of the season when you say you've clinched, you don't sit all your starters if the game you're playing matters.
Educate him, Kevin.
To other
Hey.
teams.
Scooter.
This is the Super Bowl
Scooter.
at stake.
When
A
you
third
playing for-
straight
when
at
you
It's the
stake.
playing-
World Series.
When you
What's
playing for a
different?
much higher prize, Scooter, you playing, I'd set my whole damn team. I'm sorry.
And
And they did.
For a
I'm
Super
not
Bowl.
saying
I'm playing for a Super
and
Bowl,
I'm
man.
not saying they did anything wrong.
No.
And obviously, it's easier to get hurt in football than it is in baseball.
You made your point. It was stupid, but you made your
But,
point.
but
We got to go to break.
But the Chiefs made a mockery of the game.
Well, Final Four, the final round of SoundOff coming back.
It is.
What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
J&J has protected Louisiana homes and businesses for over 60 years.
Call him today, make the pests go away. J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Coors Banquet, the same brewing tradition since 1873. When you're the favorite beer of rock stars and cowboys, you don't compromise. That's our legacy. What do you want to go down in history for? Start your legacy. Coors Banquet.
All right, we're back. Final round. Man, I'm working out the bell. I'm working out the bell.
Getting
All
to
right,
me, Rick, okay?
What's your beef against Andy Reid and the Chiefs?
No,
What's the
I
problem?
have no beef. I'm just saying that, they made a mockery of the game. When the Super Bowl favorites can get beat 38-0.
Yeah. A
mean,
mockery
that's
of the
an
game.
exhibition
A mockery
game.
of the game. You're going to
That's
use
an
that word?
but
You're going to use that word?
I'd even heard.
What's the problem with them getting beat 30? What's the problem with that, Scooter?
But the one of the ESPN talking heads this Monday morning was talking about, Andy Reid does not want Joe Burrow in the playoffs.
No, get out of here.
I thought that was a little much
That's
too.
a little much.
That's
All
a
right.
little much.
Hey, CFP. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Notre Dame, Penn State. Come on. I'm going with the Irish. I think the Irish are going to win.
I'm going with the Irish.
I love
Penn
Marcus
State,
Freeman.
Penn State.
Okay.
Penn State, all right. You got to go. All right.
Penn
All right.
State.
McNeese basketball quickly. 2-0. They got unbeaten.
They do.
Tough game. Of course, our production was before the Monday night game at Northwestern. Northwestern unbeaten as well. They beat Nichols, which was supposedly one of the upper tier, by 2. So I kind of lean the Cowboys will take care of business against the Demons.
I'm emphatic they will take care of business.
Like I've said, Rick, in the past, and I'm saying it again, everybody else in the Southland Conference is playing for second place. And I'm going to keep saying it.
Okay. We got 1 minute. The CFP seedings and the whole light. Look, I'm big on winning a conference championship. I'm big on that.
Yeah.
All right, you complained about the seedings of
The
where they
matchups did not work, Rick.
All right, so is the answer
did not
simple
work.
for next year? You just give the top 4 rated teams the bye and kind of forget about conference championships? Because you know who had a bye?
Yeah.
Boise and Arizona State.
Boise got toe up, man. Boise got embarrassed, man.
They did.
Come on, and I mean,
It's going to get tweaked. It's going to get tweaked.
Rick. For you to have good games, it's got to. Okay, seriously.
You got Texas and Ohio State playing in a semi. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
But somebody didn't like Ohio State playing Oregon in the quarters.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
where
problem.
that's where the problem.
That
is.
was the problem.
I mean, these are fun. The semifinals turned out fine.
It's okay.
That's 4 good teams.
It's a work
But
in
Oregon
progress.
was
Now,
number 1
Penn
for
State,
12 weeks. I mean,
could they
that's
have
crazy.
taken another route and still gotten there?
Yep.
I'm not sure.
Whew.
Out of time. Gidry Hobbs Sarah. We'll see you next time right here at
Always.
Caesar Sportsbook on CBS Lake Charles.